dear students, myself Gangadhar Solanke and I welcome you all to the MCGM's virtual classroom. My dear students, today in Standard 7 Civics, we'll be learning the topic Preamble to the Constitution. So in short or in general, we can say that the preamble is nothing but the introductory part of the Constitution. And if we want to know what is there inside the Constitution, then we can just go through the preamble of our Constitution, and by that we can understand the content in the Constitution. So in this topic, we're going to talk about the preamble of our Constitution. Now, one thing which we have to revise, that in the previous chapter we learned that the Constitution is an important document clarifying the rules of administration. The Constituent Assembly made the Constitution of India, and our representatives have to carry out the administration as per the law laid down by the Constitution. It means that the administrative system in our country is binded by the Constitution, or Constitution is the path on which administration have to walk. कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में जो कुछ जिस तरह से लिखा हुआ है उसको देखकर, उसको सोचकर, उसको समझकर पूरा एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन चलाना होता है, इज द सेंट्रल थिंग. नाउ इन द टॉपिक प्रीएम्बल टू द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, our constitution is the fundamental and the highest law of the land. If we are talking about our country India, then in India constitution is the basic or the fundamental law, and at the same time it is the highest law. कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के आगे कुछ भी नहीं है, यही सबसे बड़ा लॉ हमारे देश में है और इसी लॉ के तहत हमारा देश चलता है. वेरी सिंपल थिंग. देयर आर डेफिनेट एम्स और पर्पजेस इन मेकिंग एनी लॉ. ऐसे नहीं कि लॉ बस किसी के मन में आए और लॉ बनाया जाता है. नो, बिहाइंड making any law there are definite aims and purposes. So basic provisions in the law are made after clarifying these objectives, and that's why there are discussions and debates in the parliament before making any law. A systematic arrangement of all the aims and objectives of a law is the preface to the लॉ. क्यों बनाया जा रहा है, उसके पीछे क्या एम्स है, क्या ऑब्जेक्टिव्स है, वो पहले क्लियर करने पड़ते हैं. एंड द प्रीफेस टू द इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन इज कॉल्ड द प्रीएम्बल. सो द एम्स और द ऑब्जेक्टिव्स ऑफ मेकिंग और राइटिंग आवर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन आर इन द प्रीएम्बल. अगर आप प्रीएम्बल पढ़ेंगे तो प्रीएम्बल से हमें सारी चीज़ें पता चलती कि हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में क्या है, हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के एम्स एंड ऑब्जेक्टिव्स क्या है. सो द प्रीफेस टू द इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन इज कॉल्ड द प्रीएम्बल. द प्रीएम्बल सेट्स आउट द ऑब्जेक्टिव्स ऑफ आवर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, एंड दैट इज व्हाई प्रीएम्बल इज वेरी important. Or in preamble one can find the central idea of our constitution. And if you people go through our textbooks, हर एक टेक्स्ट बुक के स्टार्टिंग में हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का प्रीएम्बल दिया हुआ है. सो द बेसिक थिंग विच यू पीपल हैव टू कीप इन माइंड अबाउट प्रीएम्बल इज दैट द प्रीएम्बल sets out the objectives of our constitution. We all are Indian citizens, and the preamble tells us what we all have to achieve as a people. Together, what we have to do as a Indian citizen. The values, thoughts and ideas in it are noble. The entire constitution lays down the provisions through which these goals are to be realized. So if you people study or read it very carefully, then you can find the values and the thoughts and the ideas which are there in the preamble are noble, and at the same time the entire constitution lays down the provisions through which these goals are to be realized. अगर इसको सिंप्लीफाई करेंगे तो हमारे प्रियम्बल में जो कुछ ऑब्जेक्टिव्स दिए हैं, जो कुछ वैल्यूज़, थॉट्स, आइडियाज़ दी है, उनको किस तरह से हम अचीव कर सकते हैं उसके बारे में सारे प्रोविजंस कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में लिखे हैं. द प्रियम्बल begins with the words we the people of India, we the people of India, and it talks about the resolve of the Indians to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. And we shall now here understand the meaning of all these concepts. But before that, we'll just take a look over this preamble. So, we the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure all its citizens. So these are the objectives or the thoughts or ideas we can say which are there in our preamble. और इन सारी चीज़ों को अचीव करने के लिए जो चीज़ें हैं वो फिर आगे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में लिखी है. नाउ जस्टिस, जस्टिस ऑफ व्हाट? सोशल जस्टिस, इकोनॉमिक जस्टिस एंड पॉलिटिकल जस्टिस. लिबर्टी of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship. Equality of status and opportunity, and to promote among them all. Fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. Now, here one thing, each and every word in the preamble is very important. उसे बहुत ही सोच समझ कर, बहुत ही डिस्कशंस के बाद, बहुत ही डिबेट के बाद जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली में हुए उसके बाद लिखा गया है. तो इसमें जो एक एक वर्ड है वो बहुत ही इम्पॉर्टेंट है. सो इन आवर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन असेंबली दिस 26th day of November 1949 do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves this constitution. So it starts with we the people of India and it ends with hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves this constitution. Now one by one we'll discuss about the thoughts which are there in the preamble. The first one is sovereign state. India was ruled by Britain for a long period and we all know that. The British rule ended on 15th August 1947, which we people celebrate as Independence Day. Our country became independent. India became sovereign, which means we are now free to take decisions as we think fit in our own country or for the betterment of the people of our country, citizens of our country. So the word sovereign, which means that state is not under the control of foreign power. जैसे हम ब्रिटिश रूल हमारे देश में था तो वो लोग हमारे लिए डिसाइड करते थे पॉलिसीज, वो लोग सोचते थे क्या करना है इस देश के साथ. बट व्हेन एनी कंट्री इज सॉवरेन इट मीन्स दैट देयर इज नो एनी कंट्रोल ऑफ अ फॉरेन power. The most important goal of our freedom struggle was to acquire sovereignty, and which means the ultimate authority to govern yourself, no other people or no one other. In a democracy, sovereignty rests with the people. So in a democracy, sovereignty rests with the people and the people elect their representatives. We send our representatives in parliament, like in Lok Sabha, in Vidhan Sabha, and grant them the permission to exercise sovereign authority on their behalf. This is very common thing. अब सब लोग इकट्ठा जाके तो वहाँ पर कुछ डिसाइड नहीं कर सकते, तो थ्रू इलेक्शन, which is the process of democracy or which is the important thing in democracy, उससे हम लोगों को इलेक्ट करके देते हैं, चुन के देते हैं, जो हमारे रिप्रेजेंटेटिव बन के वहाँ पर हमारी बात रखते हैं, हमारे लिए लॉज बनाते हैं. Thus the constitution reflects the principle of popular sovereignty and the government elected by the people makes laws on behalf of the people. This one is important. The work of the government is what? To make laws on behalf of the people. Now while making laws, law बनाते वक्त उन्हें क्या ध्यान में रखना पड़ता है? They have to look into the constitution. Now next one, socialist state. A socialist state is such a state where gap between rich and poor is minimum. All have a right over the wealth of the country, which means that social state. It is ensured that wealth is not concentrated in the hands of few people. देश के कुछ लोग अमीर बनते जा रहे हैं और बाकी पूरा देश गरीब बनता जा रहा है. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. Is the social state, and this is what is mentioned in our preamble. So social state, and the next one, secular state. Now this one is the very important thing in country like India, where number of religions are there. The preamble states secularism as one of our goals, and which one is important in establishing the peace or harmony in the country. In a secular state, all religions are considered as equal. There is nothing like superior and inferior. All religions are equal, and no one religion is considered to be the state religion, which means that there is not a single religion which is official religion of our country. सभी religion समान है. The citizens are free to follow their own religion, but as a citizen of India, this freedom or this right is given to us by our constitution, that we can follow our own religion, but at the same time it is our duty to respect other religions also. So the citizens are free to follow their own religion. State cannot discriminate among citizens on the basis of religion. आप किसी एक पर्टिकुलर रिलीजन के हैं इसलिए आपके साथ कोई भेदभाव देश की तरफ से नहीं किया जा सकता. State cannot discriminate among citizens on the basis of religion. Next one, democratic state. Sovereign state, socialist state, secular state, and now democratic state. In a democracy, the sovereign power is in the hands of the people, because we people are sending our representatives in the parliament or in the government bodies. Government makes decisions and draws up policies in keeping with the people's wishes. Government has to take important financial, social and other decisions to promote common welfare, not for any particular religion or not for any particular group. It should be for common welfare. All the people are not able to come together and take such decisions on a day-to-day basis. So there is an option, elections. अभी सभी लोग इकट्ठा होकर तो ये डिसाइड नहीं कर सकते कि देश के साथ क्या होगा, क्योंकि हर कोई अपने काम में होता है, या फिर सब इकट्ठा आएंगे तो कुछ उसमें से अच्छा ना निकले शायद. तो इलेक्शंस are conducted after a fixed period, and when voters in the election, voters elected their representatives. What voters do? Voters elect their representatives. आपने भी ये देखा होगा कई बार इलेक्शन के टाइम के आपके मम्मी पापा इलेक्शन में वोट करने गए होंगे, या फिर आपका स्कूल कई बार इलेक्शन बूथ बना होगा, आपके टीचर्स इलेक्शन की ड्यूटी पर रहे होंगे. So election is the important thing in democracy. So these representatives sit in the institutions created by the constitution, like the parliament or legislature and the executive. They take decisions for the entire population, not for any particular group of the country. They take decisions for the entire population as per the procedure laid down by the constitution. Again very important thing. उनको ये सारी चीज़ें करते वक्त भी ये ध्यान में रखना होता है कि हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में क्या लिखा है. वो जो पॉलिसी ला रहे हैं, वो जो लॉ बना रहे हैं, उससे सॉवरेन स्टेट वैसे के वैसा बना रहे हैं, सोशलिस्ट स्टेट का दर्जा वैसा के वैसा बना रहे हैं, सेक्युलर स्टेट, डेमोक्रेटिक स्टेट, इन सारी चीज़ों में कहीं गड़बड़ ना हो जाए. दिस इज व्हाट इज डेमोक्रेटिक स्टेट. नाउ द नेक्स्ट वन, रिपब्लिक. Along with being a democracy, we are republic. Not only democratic, but we are republic. All public positions in a republic are elected by the people. No public position is occupied on the basis of hereditary succession. जैसे आपने हिस्ट्री में पढ़ा होगा, राजाएं होते थे, फिर राजा का बेटा राजा बनता था, राजा का बेटा राजा बनता था, राजा का बेटा ही राजा बनता था. वैसे रिपब्लिक डेमोक्रेसी में नहीं होता है. यहाँ पर लोग चुनते हैं कि गवर्नमेंट में कौन जाएगा. द पोजीशंस लाइक द प्रेसिडेंट, द प्राइम मिनिस्टर, द गवर्नर, द चीफ मिनिस्टर, द मेयर, द सरपंच एक्सेट्रा आर पब्लिक पोजीशंस. और इनमें से कोई भी एक पोजीशन ऐसी नहीं है कि वो किसी को भी बिना इलेक्शन के मिले. Any Indian citizen fulfilling the prescribed age criteria can get himself or herself elected to any of these positions. Which means that इनके लिए जो क्राइटेरिया दिया है उसमें अगर आप बैठते हैं तो आप खुद इस इलेक्शन में खड़े हो सकते हैं. दिस इज द ब्यूटी ऑफ आवर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन और ऑफ आवर डेमोक्रेसी. इन अ मोनार्की, these positions may be occupied by members of single family following the principle of heredity, as I told you before. राजा होगा, उसका बेटा राजा, उसका बेटा राजा, ऐसा डेमोक्रेसी में नहीं होता है. Then the preamble has guaranteed the Indian citizens the three values: justice, liberty and equality. Now it has enjoined upon the Indian citizens to practice these values and make laws in keeping with these values. So if you talk about justice, justice implies removal of injustice. Justice का मतलब क्या होता है कि किसी के साथ भी injustice नहीं होगा. And ensuring that everybody has the opportunity for progress. Establishing justice is adopting such policies that will promote public good. So in justice of our country, public good is important. And when we talk about justice, three types of justice are talked of in the preamble. They are as social justice, economic justice and political justice. Now one by one we'll talk about this. So the first one is social justice. देयर शुड बी नो डिस्क्रिमिनेशन. ये डिस्क्रिमिनेशन वर्ड जो है, जब हम सिविक्स पढ़ते हैं तो बार बार आता है, इसको थोड़ा अच्छी तरह से समझ ले कि भेदभाव नहीं किया जाएगा किसी भी चीज़ को लेकर. ये फिर बिकॉज ऑफ कास्ट, क्रीड, रेस, लैंग्वेज, रीजन, प्लेस ऑफ बर्थ और सेक्स, इन सारी चीज़ों को ध्यान में रखते हुए किसी भी तरह का डिस्क्रिमिनेशन नहीं किया जाएगा. देयर शुड बी नो डिस्क्रिमिनेशन among individuals on the basis of caste, creed, race, language, region, place of birth और sex. किसी को कोई पर्टिकुलर कास्ट है इसलिए उसके साथ अच्छा बर्ताव नहीं किया जा सकता. कोई अपनी भाषा बोलने वाला है तो उसके साथ गवर्नमेंट के थ्रू अच्छा बर्ताव, या फिर ऐसी चीज़ें, या फिर उसके बाजू में कुछ चीज़ें नहीं कर सकते. ऑल आर इक्वल इन फ्रंट ऑफ द लॉ. सब बराबर है. एज ह्यूमन बींग्स ऑल हैव द राइट टू द सेम डिग्निटी एंड रिस्पेक्ट द सेम स्टेटस. सो एवरीवन इज इक्वल. सो सेम डिग्निटी एंड रिस्पेक्ट. नाउ नेक्स्ट वन, इकोनॉमिक जस्टिस, which is very important because we are socialist state and in which the state where the gap between the rich and poor is minimum. So if we are saying that the we are socialist state, then it is very important to maintain economic justice. Poverty leads to the evils of hunger deaths or malnourishment, and if poverty is to be eradicated, everyone should have the right to a source of livelihood so as to look after oneself and one's family. So our constitution has given this right to every citizen without any discrimination. Then the political justice. We have adopted universal adult franchise to enable equal participation in the running of the country. And according to this, all citizens completing 18 years of age have the right to vote in elections, which is the very big thing. अगर हम 15 अगस्त 1947 15 अगस्त 1947 के पहले की बात करेंगे तो ऐसा नहीं था. वोट करने का अधिकार या फिर इलेक्शन में खड़े होने का अधिकार सबको बराबर का नहीं था. बट बिकॉज ऑफ आवर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, एवरीवन हु इज़ कंप्लीटिंग 18 ईयर्स, 18 साल के बाद आप किसी भी जाति के हो, आप किसी भी धर्म के हो, आप किसी भी स्टेट के हो, आप कोई भी लैंग्वेज बोलते हो, आप गरीब हो या अमीर हो, ये सब नहीं देखा जाता. यू हैव राइट टू वोट. आपको वोट करने का अधिकार है. दैट इज़ यूनिवर्सल अडल्ट सफरेज. दिस इज़ the political justice mentioned in our preamble. Now next one, liberty. Now liberty implies that there should be no coercive, unfair restrictions upon us, and that there should be an atmosphere conducive to the development of our inherent capacities. If you have skill, if you have talent, then you have chance. In a democracy, citizens enjoy liberty or freedom, we can say. In fact, democracy becomes mature only if citizens enjoy freedom. And that's why some basic fundamental freedoms which are mentioned in our constitution, like freedom of thought and expression, is the most fundamental freedom for an individual. That is the freedom of speech and expression. Everyone is free to express their own views and opinions. Whatever you're thinking, whatever you're feeling, you can express. A give and take of ideas enhances the spirit of cooperation and unity amongst us. Similarly, it also enables us to understand the various dimensions of any problem. So when we are talking about liberty or freedom, freedom of association is there, freedom of religion, the liberty of belief, faith and worship implies religious freedom. Every Indian citizen is free to act as per the teachings of their religion or the religion of their choice. It implies the freedom of celebrating the festivals and freedom of faith and worship. Freedom of residence, you can stay anywhere in the country. Freedom of movement, you can start your own movement. Freedom of occupation, आप अपना खुद का जो भी बिजनेस या फिर ऑक्यूपेशन करना चाहते हैं, you can do that. There is no any kind of binding on that. Then the equality. The preamble guarantees the Indian citizens an equality of status and opportunity. As I told you before, सब बराबर है, कोई भी डिस्क्रिमिनेशन किसी भी बेसिस पे नहीं होगा. दैट इज व्हाट इज इक्वालिटी. इक्वल राइट्स फॉर एवरीवन, समान अधिकार सबके लिए. द preamble to our constitution refers to a unique ideal or principle, and it is the goal of promoting fraternity among the citizens and to assure the dignity of the individual. So when we talk about equality, it means that all have equal human status and there will be no discrimination again on the basis of caste, creed, race, sex, place of birth, etc. The guarantee of equal status means not to discriminate between people in terms of high, low, superior, inferior, and the preamble has given great importance to equality of opportunity as well. And this one is very important because in country like India, where there are number of religions, the society is based on the caste system, and also at the same time we are having the huge population of the world, तो ऐसे में इक्वालिटी होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. Now the next one, fraternity. The makers of the constitution believed that merely guaranteeing justice, freedom and equality would not be lead to establishing equality in Indian society. Then what to do? No amount of laws would help us achieve these goals if fraternity is lacking among Indians. एक दूसरे के लिए जो हमारे दिल में भाव है, बंधु भाव जिसे हम कहते हैं, प्यार से हम लोग एक साथ रहते हैं, चाहे हम किसी भी रिलीजन के हो या फिर हम कहाँ के भी हो या फिर हम कोई भी भाषा बोलते हो, बट टुगेदर हम एज एन इंडियन रहते हैं. दैट इज़ व्हाट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो फ्रैटर्निटी implies a we feeling that we are Indians towards one another. It creates a feeling of empathy. People become more understanding towards each other's problem and needs. We are always ready to help each other, and that is why this one is very important characteristics which is in our constitution. Fraternity is closely related to human dignity. Human dignity implies equal respect to each individual as a human being. It does not depend upon the criteria of caste, creed, race, sex, language, etc. So, just as we would like to be treated with dignity and respect by others, we should also treat others with the same dignity and respect. And this thought is very important in our life also. हमें जैसे लगता है कि सामने वाले ने हमारे साथ अच्छे बिहेव करना चाहिए, अच्छी तरह से रहना चाहिए, उसको भी ऐसे लगता है कि सामने वाले ने हमारे साथ अच्छी तरह से रहना चाहिए. दिस इज़ व्हाट इज़ ह्यूमन डिग्निटी. हम सामने वाले को अगर रिस्पेक्ट करेंगे तो वो भी हमारा रिस्पेक्ट करेगा. When every individual respects another and honors their freedom and rights, dignity of the individual will get established, and in such an atmosphere fraternity will grow automatically. So the task of bringing about a new society based on the values of justice and equality will be facilitated. So the preamble to the Constitution of India guides us to this very goal, and if we people follow the preamble of our constitution and if governments in our country or the administration in our country follows the path shown by the constitution, then there will be no problem or no any kind of problem in our country. So in our today's topic we people discussed about the sovereign state, socialist state, secular state, democratic state, republic, and injustice, about the social justice, economic justice, political justice, then liberty, equality and fraternity. तो एक सेंट्रल आइडिया अगर हम आज के लेसन की निकालेंगे तो हमें एक दूसरे के साथ प्यार से रहना चाहिए, एंड वी शुड फॉलो द गोल्स or the objectives which are mentioned in our preamble. Please subscribe the channel and press bell icon to get notifications. So my dear ones, this is all for today. Thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe, take care.